Well, let's go. Let's go. It is World Cup Soccer 2026, United States versus the world. Tonight it's Australia. So I got to get my this. This is a goalie's jersey for my Liverpool. There's the badge right there. Got the dragon. Let's go, Griffin on top. And this is every 4 years. It's better than any national election. It's better than anything outside of the Super Bowl. And worldwide, it's bigger than the Super Bowl. I am here for it. World Cup 2026 today. Watch party. Australia versus America. And I'm going to have all kinds of graphics I'll put up. We'll keep score. We'll track it. This is a live watch party. So if you're watching me at work because you can't watch TV, I'm here to give you instant feedback, right? I will tell you how they're doing and how they're not doing. At the same time that we're doing that, I am going to take calls, which should be fun. What do you guys think about the World Cup? Do you care? I mean, we're a college football channel. There's no doubt about it. But in the world, soccer/football is it, right? And if you've done any amount of international traveling, you know that to be the case. Formula One and world football are the two biggest things on the TV. In the United States, we're very spoiled. We have 89 different sports. And so it's difficult sometimes to pick a team, but once every 4 years, I'm not saying support U.S. men's national team in the off years. It's really tough to do, especially if you're a fan of college football, because that takes all your time and energy. But if you are watching and you get into it every 4 years, I'm here for it. That's really what I'd like to see you people do, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. This American team is extraordinary. We kick off in 28 minutes. So I'll give you some points of things to focus on for the games, and why I think this American team could win a game or two in the knockout rounds, which, if you don't know much about the World Cup, I'll walk through with you as well. But it should be a lot of fun. Should absolutely be a lot of fun. And all I'm trying to do is split my time here because I needed to repost something and I can't find the stupid link. Give me 1 second. This is live television. There we go. We are live. We are live. Tonight, the big freaking Friday, right here on the College Football Mafia Network. We will be talking all college football. We will be talking about the Protect College Sports Act, the rage that people feel against it, the blind support some people are giving it, and then there's everybody in between. I happen to be somewhere in the between. I like to think I'm educated in the in between, but the world isn't coming apart because Congress is pushing a piece of legislation through. They're trying to get something through the Senate, but not the House. So we'll talk about that tonight. Moen and you definitely will have their opinions on TAP. I let a little of my, I don't know, attention out yesterday. And you guys that were watching me last night live, fun 90 minutes. It was quick, but we talked about what is the future for college football. And we are at a major inflection point. But today, for now, for this 2.5 hours, I guess almost 3 hours, it's going to be USA versus the world, and really USA versus Australia. And I would like to hear your guys' opinions about who you think is going to win. If you don't know anything about football, I expect you guys to put comments and questions. I will answer those for you. I've been a fan since the 2002 World Cup. So I know a little bit about football. I know a little bit more about Premier League and and Champions League and European club. World Cup's a little bit of a different animal, but I know enough to be dangerous, and so we're going to talk about that today. And I hope you guys have a lot of fun. We will be popping up scores so you'll be able to track kind of how things are going. I'm working on the best way to do this style. We did some watch views in college football the last couple of years, and they all have differing levels of graphics that we can show and things we can go through. The updating scores and highlights, that's still something maybe Moen knows how to do. I'm not the greatest with those graphics and whatnot. So I will ask for your permission and forgiveness up front if I happen to flub a graphic or I share the wrong screen, whatever. Um, we live and learn, right? And I mean, we're here certainly for you guys to do that with. I want to thank everybody who started with me middle of the day on a Friday. Not a lot of people watching this channel at this time. For the next month, get used to it. As long as the USA is in the World Cup, I will be covering these games probably, well, I want to say every game will be live. I definitely think the next match game, which is the last in the group stage, is next week, I believe, next Friday. That one I will also probably be doing a watch party for, um, just because we want to see how they are going to stack up when it comes to the seeding into the knockout rounds. So that's something that we definitely also want to pay attention to. So, anyways, we have a little bit of time. We got about 20 minutes or so before kickoff. So I'm going to do shout outs saying hey to everybody. I'm also going to open up the phone lines early and you guys can vent while we're going. In fact, the whole show, I'm going to let you guys call in and I will provide updates as the game goes. But this could be a lot of fun if you guys get into it. If you don't want to, that's cool too. But it could be fun. And if people sort of take a step back and say, hey, let's make this watch along, view along, analysis along thing, we can all be stupid and smart together. And I think it should be a lot of fun. So let's first, though, there's not a great number here to start off. So I'm going to shout out every single comment I've seen so far. Old Dad in the house saying 71 days, 3 times 71 days. College football cannot come soon enough, can it? Man, these off seasons are just exhausting. There's no doubt about that. MBM, glad to have you here, MBM. By the way, Old Dad is a valuable member of the College Football Mafia family. MBM has been a longstanding OG member of the College Football Mafia family, and we appreciate him as well. USA, USA, USA. Isn't that fun to say? It doesn't matter if you're a Big Ten, SEC, Big 12, Pac 12s, Sun Belt, Southwestern, or yeah, what's the Southwestern Athletic Club? Whatever it is, the United States, for just a couple hours, we're all on the same page. It's okay that we support each other in these hours as we build up for these World Cup games. So let's just have some fun with it, eh? Skaven, yes, go Big Red in the house. University of Nebraska represented. Old Dad, Florida State representative. MBM is Oklahoma State. Skaven, yes, is a valuable member of the College Football Mafia family. He's every month he pays his membership, and we appreciate him. And we do shows, member shows, and not so much member shows. You guys are always around, and even our live shows that aren't members only are value adds, and I hope you guys appreciate those. Anyways, hello, Bomber. Good to see you, Skaven. Yes, I appreciate that. Nick Kelso checking in. Good to have you here, Nick. Also a valuable member of the College Football Mafia family. USA watching Men in Blazers pregame on YouTube. That's fun. Men in Blazers is cool. If you don't know what it is, just look it up. I think it's now back on. It's on Peacock, I believe. Maybe it's back on NBC Sports channel. I can't remember, but they're a lot of fun. A couple of transplanted English Premier League guys that know football come to America and have had a lot of fun with a show hosted here, and been trying to educate people in the United States for a while now on how world soccer football works. So that's a fun show, Nick Kelso. Let's see here. NBM says if soccer was as popular as football, basketball, baseball in the U.S., we would win the World Cup every time. I agree with you, NBM. But it's funny because every year there's one of these analysts, and Taylor Twellman played on the U.S. soccer national men's team. I can't remember how many years ago. I can't remember if he was any good, but he's become an analyst. And this is 2 World Cups in a row where he's taken up this argument that says that's not how things work. Just because you're good at one sport doesn't mean you'll be good enough in another. And of course, he's right. But it doesn't matter what your body type is. Doesn't matter if you're Ronaldo, very tall, or if you're a short Lionel Messi. None of those things matter. It's hand-eye coordination, right? It's what you can do with your feet. And in my opinion, the best athletes in the world are playing basketball and football. And I think they have a better chance of playing soccer than soccer players have a chance of playing college football or pro football or in the NBA. Obviously, not everything's 100%, but that's how I look at it. I don't. I think it's ridiculous to say that because what do we have? 340 million people in the United States, just from sheer numbers, by how many kids run through our youth programs and everything else. If the money was, all things were equal in the United States, and soccer football got as much money as, say, Ohio State did every year, and they don't get even a tenth of that. But if they did, I would. I've always agreed with the thought process. The United States, and this goes for Olympic sports too, NBM, as I'm sure you're saying, Olympic sports and soccer. If America put in the exact amount of energy that all these other countries, who only 1 or 2 sport countries, do, I think America would dominate. And the easiest analog to know that is women's soccer, who's won many World Cups. But what's the highest level of women's athletics? Is it the WNBA? I would argue it is soccer. So, yeah, I'm agreeing with you, NBM. If you can't tell, I'm agreeing with you. Mark's Holy Grail in the house, the Mr. College Football Playoff Master of Disaster, also a valuable member of the College Football Mafia family. Hey, Nathan, didn't know you were this big soccer fan. Great surprise. Hey, man, I've got gear. There's only so many hours in the day, though, and so I can't be a super fan of the United States, of Liverpool at the same time. I can of the Seahawks or my Cougars. I do try, but it's hard to wear all those hats. So might not be so out in front about it, but I do enjoy soccer, and one of my best friends played semi-professional, and I really have respect for him. So, anyways, yeah, it's great to see you, Marshall Legro. I haven't talked about it much, so you wouldn't necessarily need to know. Old Dad, I was worried about you when I watched your PCSA special last night after the fact. Glad you've calmed down. Gives me a wink. I was all kinds of calm. I wasn't mad yesterday. I do get frustrated, though, if I think that, I do get frustrated because I think I see things so clearly, and it's hard for other people to see them. But I was never upset. Never upset. So I appreciate you thinking about me, though, old Dad. Thank you very much. He also says, I posted that twice. And then NBM has one last comment. It's about athletic ability, conditioning, drive, and investment. We would be top dog, no doubt. Resources. Yep, that's another thing that will get us there. You guys are on it. Okay, so while I run through the game plan and what are the things that we should be paying attention to for this America versus Australia World Cup, I am going to, and let me add it to this. Let me put it on here. call in right now to discuss. Let me go 801 899 6203. 801 899 6203. All right, I'm going to show this. Well, let's do one more thing. Let me add one more thing. This is live, so you guys just have to put up with my fumbling around. Let's see here. Reasons. There we go. Okay. All right, let me get to what I may have to do. Let's see if I can do this. Well, it will let me. Okay. Will that let me? Okay, it will. Good. Excellent. All right. I'm going to turn on the phone lines right now. You guys can call. It'll probably be like this all match long. I'll provide updates in real time. We'll track the game. I'll take your calls, and I will try to multitask with the best of them. But we're really here for a watch party, and then for you guys' talk back. So if you do want to call in, 801-899-6203. Otherwise, I will get to the analysis that I have thrown together for this game today, America versus Australia. Keys to the game. First of all, everybody needs to know that America played one of the best games I've ever seen an American team play last week against, was it Paraguay or Uruguay? One of those two beat the hell out of them. And this was a team that had only given up in the last 6 matches, 6 goals to Germany, Brazil, England were 3 of them. 3 of the top 6 that are odds-on favorites to win the World Cup, Paraguay, Uruguay, hadn't given up any points, and America scored 4 goals last week. All right? And it was 4-1. That is a ton of goals. So if you're thinking this is just same old America, it's not. So what they're doing today and the compare and contrast their game plans is they will have to play different against Australia. And here's a few keys to the game. In fact, well, let me share this. Let's try this. Let me see here. Is there a way I can? Let's see. Well, let me extract that. Let me see if there's a different way I can display this. Maybe there isn't. I was trying to display my keys to the game and it won't let me do it. Give me one other second. Let me see one other thing. I might have to turn off the phones to do this, but let's see. Remove. And let's see. This is live TV after all. Let's get rid of this. Let's try it again. What I should have done is made a PDF and been able to upload it. That's my bad. I will learn in the future. Share screen. Will it let me share window? Yes, it'll let me do that. Let's share window. Share systems audio share. So this is my keys to the game. All right, share. I got it. Okay. Here we go. Keys to the game. USA, high press intensity. They got to be putting their defense up forward immediately from the start of the game. That's actually how they started the game fast last week and did a very good job. They need to stay strong in the wings, using the filters I did to get to the real core of the issues that the United States needs to do to win. Their midfield is really one-touch passing, but they have speed on the edges, and that's where they need. Christian Pulisic is out, by the way. If you're expecting Christian to play, he will not play today. So the United States will miss him. That quick 1-2, that's the quick midfield progression. Their fullbacks attacking is an interesting note because the United States doesn't have the greatest fullbacks, at least historically hasn't. So we have to see if they can continue to stretch the field and play wide against an Australia defense that's going to pack 7, 8, 9 people behind the ball. They might only press 1 or 2 guys. They might play 9 guys straight defense, which is difficult to beat. So we'll have to see about that. Transition attacks, the U.S. has some speed. Actually, Australia has better speed on transition. They just don't have quite the core around them to do 1-2 touch passing. The high defensive line, it brings into something that everybody in the world hates, and that is the offsides calls. If they play high defense, there's a chance Australia could get behind them on breaks, but it draws a lot of offsides if they do not convert that. If Australia does not convert those, the United States will have a bunch of offsides against Australia. Cleaner technical possession. I don't know. They played pretty well. They had one of the best pass rates in a long time in the World Cup last week. So we'll have to see on that one. Obviously, it's better when you complete more passes than not. Chance creation volume, I did not add that metric, so I'm not sure what that one is. I'm not going to jump into that. Set piece consistency, they just need to keep doing what they're doing. They played very well last week again. Set pieces are bonus possessions. They essentially give you a free attack. We'll have to see if they're able to pull that off, but that would be something else that they would be looking for. And then they need to use their bench. The United States is a perfect, the sum is greater than the individual parts. They're a fantastic team, but they can't line up against an athlete like Harry Kane for England or Lionel Messi from Argentina. They don't have those type of world beater, Premier League rated Real Madrid playing athletes. The United States just doesn't do that out of norm. They do every once in a while have talent, but those world beaters, those individual one-on-one guys, it's gonna have to be more of a team win for the United States today. Australia, again, the defense, that was number one. I already mentioned it. They are going to play extremely tight defense and make America break them open. It is a two-headed monster, though, because the flip side of the coin is if they give up a goal or two and they start stretching to try to keep up with the United States to score, the United States can open them up and potentially break for some good goal opportunities. They're a physical team, but Paraguay, Uruguay, somebody correct me, was it Paraguay or Uruguay? My brain isn't, it's not transposing that well for some reason this second. I think it was Paraguay. They supposedly were going to beat up the United States, and it didn't happen. So we'll have to see about that. Counterattacks, again, they do have some forwards that are strikers that are absolutely lightning quick, and they can break on counterattacks. So the United States is going to have to watch out for those for sure. Direct play, meaning more drop balls from way out. You're going to drop them into the box and hope for a fortuitous drop or a bounce off of a goalie or a post and see where that ball can go. Take some chances in the long ball. But you're giving away a lot of possessions if they take that strategy. Everybody's a set piece threat, so I'm not going to dwell on that one. They are extremely, extremely high work rate, meaning they are full of energy. That's usually where the United States really does a good job too. High work rate. But, I mean, they're going to get tired. Australia's going to have to use its bench to beat the United States today. Crosses is something I thought the U.S. did extremely well last week. Australia is in the top, 10, 12 of crosses from last week. I think it was top 12 of most attempted crosses into the box. but they didn't score like 9 goals. So every cross does not lead to a scoring opportunity. Some of those are wasted opportunities because they hit off people's heads and they turn around fast breaks. We'll have to watch that as well. The goalkeeper is very good for Australia. The United States goalkeeper played excellent last week. So I would lean into the defense for him as well. And then this patience under pressure and game management, I would just tell you that if Australia gets impatient and they're not willing to play just counter attack to score, they can really get cut open. They can really get cut up open for opportunities. So I hope and pray that what we will end up seeing is Australia get a little bit impatient. This is the key to the game. Australia get a little bit impatient and decide they're going to try to play the United States straight up and press. And in doing so, they give up our opportunities that the United States can beat them on the counterattack. So we will have to see. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my screen here. And I'm going to go back to my calls. There's my reminder for they're about ready to do kickoff. By the way, they're in Seattle. I don't know if anybody else knew that, but they're playing in the United States of America, the great, beautiful state of Washington, Seattle, my home area. Absolutely love it, and I wish I was there. But those people are going to have a fantastic game watching today. So they just finished with the national anthem. They're doing Blackhawks and Chinooks flying over. And this is what a beautiful sight. So this is going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys buckle up, get involved. If you want to talk to me during the show, I'm here for it. As you all know, I can't share the screen. YouTube will absolutely eat me alive if I try to broadcast Fox's broadcast. But we can certainly talk about what's going on in the game in real time. And I can also take your comments and questions. If you want your comment to be read guaranteed, make it a super chat. Hit the little dollar bill. Let me turn this down again. Hit the little dollar bill next to the comment window, and you can do super chat, super sticker, or you can become a new member or a renewed member of the College Football Mafia family. This is a bonus show. We're normally college football. But today and for this next month, at least as long as the United States is in it, we're going to be World Cup mad. World Cup 2026. Let's see how we can go. All right. Oh, somebody's calling.
Call from.
Who's that? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Mark's Holy Grail, Nathan.
Mark's Holy Grail. How you doing, man? It's good to hear from you.
I'm doing great. So let's on the soccer theme. I just thought I'd call in before the game started. So
sure, go ahead. Yeah.
So I'm, as you know, I'm an older dude. So I just wanted to listening and with you.
Okay.
I was a part of the '94 World Cup a little bit. I was at the USA versus Colombia game that they won on July 1-0, and there when Brazil beat Italy in the World Cup final. And so being back in the United States 30 years later is really cool. And what I wanted to share is it looks beautiful. And SoFi, they'll have one more game. If anybody gets a chance to go to a World Cup game while it's here, they're 20 or 30 years.
Yep.
Try to go. So
have you been?
Yeah, I'm glad
before?
you're into soccer. I was at the '94 World Cup final. I was at the final with Brazil and Italy in '94. Brazil won 1-0 on 3-2 penalty kick. But my favorite was, that's what I was saying, in 1994, the U.S. made it. They beat Colombia on July 4th, 30 years ago. It was and I was at that game, and it was unbelievable. Rose Bowl. It was at the Rose Bowl.
You're not going to do much better than Pasadena for soccer. You're not going to do much better.
And that's where the MLS started. The MLS started with the Galaxy. The first games were there. But anyway, enough about me. I just wanted to share a story with you and tell you this is the best team they've had. When I went 30 years ago, Claudio Gio Rena's dad. So that's how much time has passed. So the last time the U.S. was great was in they made it and won a knockout, and then they were eliminated by Brazil. Brazil won the World Cup. So this may be going to be a repeat for those of us that are old enough to have been there last time. It would be really cool if the United States can win today. And great breakdown, but I like that.
Sorry, you're breaking up a little bit. Great what?
I said great breakdown by you on the game. Your analysis, by the way.
Thank you.
I was lucky enough to several people on the soccer program and their dads and the coaches, and there were people that did that. And for you, that's a great breakdown. So this is the best chance the U.S. has had, obviously, since '94. And if they game, obviously they're the next round, so it's pretty exciting. I just wanted to call in and say hi and share a World Cup story and wish us all the best until we talk again.
I love it. Thank you so much, Mark's Holy Grail. Go USA. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Have a good day, Nathan.
You bet. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Bye.
He is one of the smartest college football playoff masterminds that I've ever dealt with. We've done some shows together. Really knows his stuff. I would follow him on Twitter at Mark's Holy Grail, and his 14 team, 16 team, and 24 team playoff formats. Ooh. And we had our first shot from Australia, 42 seconds in, and Australia just had a shot from the right edge of the box, and it was a breakdown in the back end. That's going to be something that they're going to have to really, really pay attention to. That was a great goal scoring opportunity by Australia, and they gave that away. With a minute in, there's 42 seconds in, and already Australia has a shot on goal, a turnover in their own half. United States is looking a little shaky already. They never were looking shaky last week. So, almost break was on. This is going to be interesting. Watching football, there's, you have ball goes out of bounds, there's turnovers, you have timeouts and commercials. This is going to be interesting doing this live because, honestly, in any second, something could happen, and I might even miss it because I'm talking to you guys. Anyway, call in right now, 801-899-6203, 801-899-6203. Everything Texas State. Good to see you here, man. I appreciate you being around. I'm a fan of Texas State, and I'm super excited for you guys to be in the Pac-12 this year. Go and win something, would you? You and North Dakota State. I want you guys. I'm cheering for you guys. You guys go out, you're promoted, and win some games. That would be fantastic for college football, is if North Dakota State and Texas State came and won some games. I would love to see it. I want the Pac-12 to be extremely strong. Let's go United States men's national team. Time to differentiate ourselves from the teams of old. Yes, you and I are on the same page, on the exact same page. Everything Texas State. Thank you so much. John Dry checking in saying, hey, y'all. Let's see. Old Dad corrected me, said, I think those were Apaches. Yeah, I don't know. If it's not Airwolf, I'm not sure who it is, Old Dad. I want my Bell helicopter, Hollywood attack mode helicopter, whisper mode and all that fun stuff. Anyway, thanks for correcting me. I appreciate that. And Mark's Holy Grail says, FYI, you're ahead of our feed on YouTube, so just a heads up. Thank you. Thank you. I will slow it down. I did not know that. Because in football, I'm usually about 10, 15 seconds behind. So the fact that Fox has got me ahead, I will not ruin it for you. I appreciate Mark's Holy Grail breaking that down because I didn't know that. So we'll slow down a bit. Can you give me a time differential, Mark's Holy Grail? Like, I'll tell you what I'm watching. The action I'm watching right this second on screen It is 3:42. So tell me what the time difference is so I know how far to buffer. Because I don't want to wreck it for you guys. That's not the purpose of what I'm doing today. Just somebody give me a time differential if you wouldn't mind. I'd appreciate it. Call in right now, 801-899-6203, 801-899-6203. And we can talk about, I'd love to talk about the United States men's national team for the World Cup, but I will also talk college football. I'm willing to talk college football anytime, to be honest. So yeah, can somebody give me that time differential? Like he is kicking the ball right. Okay, it's on the middle of the field right now. 4:35. Somebody's got to tell me how far ahead of the broadcast I am. Which is interesting because you and I have a differential, right? In space on YouTube, but evidently the differential here isn't enough to offset a differential that I have on. Ooh. Into the box. Sorry, I'm going to have to shut up. I have to shut up because I'm still ahead. Nobody's going to tell me a time differential. All right. Well, then if I say something and it's ahead of time, it's you guys' own fault. That's all I'm saying. Anyway. Okay. So if we are not doing comments, let me get to some storylines. Let's see here. Let me turn the phones back on. 801-899-6203, 801-899-6203. Australia has actually had more of the ball than the United States. And the United States is starting off extremely slow in this game. And the goalie, and yes, Australia, wow, they are playing super aggressive. This is not a conservative Australian team at all. They are taking no prisoners. The United States if they thought Australia was going to come in and play passive, and the scouting report was that they were going to play 9 guys or 8 guys behind the ball. That's not what we're seeing right now. Australia is pressing. They're playing almost a Premier League style of offense, aggressive, and they've come to win this game. They didn't come here to just draw the United States, which is interesting because that's, I don't think, maybe what some people had anticipated, including myself. I didn't think that would be the case. Almost 7 minutes in, and there's no score if you're not able to watch and you're just watching me on YouTube. Yep, we are back. And it's just a fight over the midfield. This is going to be an interesting game because, that looked like a nasty tackle. Yes, that was a nasty tackle. I don't see any cards. Hit his shin. Who is that? I didn't catch. Oh, no, that wasn't. I mean, come on. Rub some dirt on it. You get kicked in the foot, Tyler Adams, that's what you do. That's just, I mean, come on, dude. This is the World Cup. You can't be no flopping. We don't flop in the United States. How about that? Clint Moses, good to see you, Clint. Clint appreciates my background as always. I appreciate seeing you, Clint. How's Oregon State doing? You need to call in and tell me what your preseason's looking like. How good is Oregon State going to be in 2026? I want insight. We haven't started doing our conference breakdowns, but the Pac-12 will be an amazing conference to break down in 2026, in my opinion. Will be amazing. So you'll have to give me comments and let me know what you're thinking about how Oregon State is going to do this year. We want them to do good. That's all. Oh, okay, inside the box, America, inside the box. Again, nobody's going to tell me the time differential. Now maybe should I watch myself? Because I don't know what the time differential is for me. Doing a live show like this is risky because you don't want to screw it up for everybody else. All right, almost 9 minutes in, and this game has only had a couple shots on goal. Fairly boring, pedantic beginning to a World Cup match. I think the United States has come in a little flat. Australia has come in much, much, much better prepared, I think, than some people expected. Thank you, old dad. I appreciate that. Not much time differential. I'll just play it straight up. If I 10 seconds, that's what I wanted to know, Mark. Thank you very much. So I can count 10 seconds. I won't screw up any scores for you guys. Okay. Call in right now, 801-899-6203, 801-899-6203. Well, let's talk about this game. United States of Australia, World Cup. A couple questions for you guys. Does the United States have to win this match to guarantee themselves a spot, or can they do a draw, 4 points? Does that get them to the knockout rounds? That's highly debated. If the United States wins this, they're in the knockout rounds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go! Let's go! That's it. That's it. I wait long enough, Mark. That is a goal for the United States. Ball went down the outside on the, I guess it was left-hand side action, pressed in, wonderful feed into the middle of the field, and let's go. United States up 1-0. The United States is winning this World Cup match against Australia 1-0. And I think, I'm going to try this, but I think I can. Let me see if I can find a highlight of this goal. Wow. In a replay, that is so quick. Oh, it's an own goal. That's even, well, yeah, it is an own goal. Australia own goal. So the pressure that they needed to press, that's exactly how you score goals in World Cup. You have to put pressure on the goalie. And in general, the United States has been piss poor at that activity over the years. Let me see if I can find the highlight. Give me 1 second. So the United States is winning on an own goal 1-0. And I am going to see if I can find the video. Give me 1 second here. That's a headline, but I'm not going to talk about it. No, let me see if I can search for it. USA goal. See if I can get the video. Because I think I can reproduce it if it's on. No, that's not it. That's not it. Come on, somebody's not clipped this out yet. No, that was the last game. There it is, right there. Nope, that's not video. Sorry. I will find it. For those watching right now that don't have access to the video, here it is, right here. So we're going to make that big. So I share this tab instead. We're going to. Oh, and who doesn't love Spanish play-by-play? All right, let's share this. Let's share this so everybody can see it. Here we go. Bang. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to just let it run. And you guys tell me if you think this is one of the most exciting calls you can get in all of sports. Don't you guys love that? Goal is what you get. And I might be wrong. Was that Portuguese? I'm not even sure what language that is. I thought it was Spanish. I'm not exactly a Spanish savant or anything, but I know it's not American. It wasn't Italian. So Portuguese or English anyway, or Spanish anyway. A goal's a goal. So United States won. United States won. Australia nothing. Let me try one other thing here. See if I can. Can I add? Will it let me add? No, it might not let me add a graphic. No, it's not going to let me. All right, so let me add it to this then. Give me 1 second. And I'm going to put this USA. Oh, they just had a ball corner. Oh my gosh, they had a perfect goal attempt and just he clanged it. That should have been a goal for the United States. It should be 2-0. All right. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's get back to this. Okay. USA won, Australia nothing. And McKinney, right? McKinney had a chance at a second goal. So now it looks like America's woken up. That's a simple way to put it. America has woken up, and now all of a sudden they are playing like they did on Monday. It's just that quick. It's just that quick. I'm going to open up the phone lines again. Call in right now, 801-899-6203. 801-899-6203. Call in and tell me what you think about this start for the United States. You didn't hear the sound? Yeah, I'm going to fix that right now. Thank you, Mark, because the sound's half the fun. The sound is half the fun. Let's try this again. Share screen. Oh, I know why I didn't. I know. I get it. Thank you, Mark. You're right. There was no audio. I'm glad we figured that out because I took away the screen and I took away the screen and you guys wouldn't have heard if you called in. So now if you call in, no, dang it, why does it keep dropping it? USA ball foul on Australia, another yellow card. Add to stage. Go back here. Gosh, you guys don't have any idea how hard it is to do this. There we go.
Call from
Caden the Diesel Freak.
Caden the Diesel Freak, are you watching this U.S. men's team against Australia game?
I'm actually heating up with the score on my daggone phone.
Fantastic.
USA, USA, USA. Come on, let's beat them boys from down under. Come on,
Let's
now.
go.
I may be a Buckeye.
We're all Americans
Buckeye, but I
here.
root for my boys from the USA. Come on now.
We're all Americans here, Caden.
Hey, you're not the only American who's rooting. Right here in the 614, baby.
I know it, and I appreciate you. So, are you actually watching, or are you just watching me on YouTube?
I'm watching the game, and I'm keeping up with the score actually right now. I just have the game on mute so I can talk to you.
Good. I'm glad. No, that's great. Thank you so much.
And Christian Pulisic, I feel like he should be the MVP of this World Cup series. And to be quite honest, the guy's one heck of an athlete, and the guy's a once-in-a-generation type of talent.
He's very good. You know, it's one of these situations where if Christian Pulisic is the best soccer player the United States has ever had, it just shows you how far different we are from the rest of the world. We are so far behind if he's the tip top.
I mean, we're not far behind. It's just showing that his veteranship, his leadership is building this team to be better.
I agree with that. Yep, that's true. Yes.
And Christian Pulisic, fun fact, is one of the highest paid soccer players in the world.
Yeah.
So I think
he's
his
playing
reputation.
Isn't he playing in Italy right now?
Yes, he does. He does Italy and Team USA.
Yeah, I couldn't remember which was his current locale. So, yeah, okay, very good.
And not only, he's got a major what's it called? I'm trying to think, Premier League contract too, and that extension still goes out for a couple of years. And quite frankly, that's a big accomplishment to say. One of the few players that can play in the World Cup and also play in the Premier League, but as a multi-million-dollar contract.
Right, that's true. Agreed.
And not only does he have this big contract with, I can't remember which club it was. I think it's trying to think of the club's name.
Well, he was
in the Premier League.
Yeah, he used to be on Chelsea.
Yeah, but now he
Yeah.
switched to
N-
PSG.
Oh, is he at PSG? I thought he was in Italy. So he's moved a couple times then.
I think either Milan or PSG. I had to double check.
Okay.
But
It's still Europe. It's still Europe.
Yeah, but I mean, let's be honest. Europe makes some of the most unbelievable soccer players in the entire world. Besides, South America, Central America, like those guys are unbelievable.
Yeah,
I'm
very
surprised
true.
Christian Polziak isn't an NFL kicker sign since he's got so much time on his hands.
Well, maybe he will be. I mean, he's had injury issues. Ball, United States into the box. Nope, turned it over. They're going to have to stay aggressive. You can be a kicker, be 41 years old, and still be playing.
Yeah, Adam Vinatieri is one of the oldest field goal kickers and one of the longest. Besides, I can't think of the other guy's name who played for the Atlanta Falcons. Morton Anderson.
Oh boy, that's a callback. Yeah, Morton Anderson. He was way old.
Christian Polziak being one of the highest paid kickers in the NFL, but also Team USA's highest paid athlete. Hey, that's an accomplishment not many people can say.
That's true. You're very, very right. It's absolutely the truth. Quick update, everybody. It's 20 minutes in to this United States-Australia World Cup match. Group round 2 games. And if you're not aware, the United States now has mandated hydration breaks. So every 22 to 23 minutes, sport that has never had. Another break opportunity, just missed it. So this World Cup features automatic breaks for water and everything else at 22, 23 minutes each half. And it turns out Fox is going to make like $750 million in extra money broadcasting this World Cup because of those 2-minute, 2.5-minute breaks twice a game.
Right. But also, Team USA needs to switch their players in and out maybe a few times just to keep everybody fresh. So somebody steps in for Christian Polziak, and then Christian Polziak steps back in. I mean, rotate the guys. Like, it's not hard to rotate, your players.
They can't. Yeah, you can't do that in the World Cup, Caden. There's only one-way subs. If you sub out, you're out. They don't let you come back in.
That's the one thing I could never figure out about the World Cup is why can't they just flip players? Because if I recall, if it's the only time that's happened, Argentina did it in 22.
Did what?
They switched their guys out.
Well, you can switch them out, but you can't switch them back in.
Yeah.
There's 5 players you can switch in and out, and then if you go, Australia, that was a key defensive stop for the United States. Ball was inside the box and just got knocked wide on defense. That was a scary. Australia came to play, Caden. There's no doubt about it. By the way, Mark's Holy Grail says Pulisic plays on AC Milan. Thank you very much, Mark.
AC Milan. I was like AC Milan. Thank you. But this game's gonna be interesting. Australia's tough, but Team USA's tough too. So I know they'll play their hearts out.
They will. USA. Let's go.
Hey, well, I'm glad I called in. And this is the third night I called in.
I know
the third night.
I'm a glutton for punishment. I appreciate you.
Hey, and you always know I have the biggest support for the CFB Mafia.
You do.
Well, let me put the reminder again. Hit the subscribe button. Click the like button. Become a member. It's the greatest thing, so you don't miss out on some great content from Nathan Bobber Brown, yours truly, Professor Wild Ute, Mullen, and everybody else, including Daniel Gygax, the other Gygax on social media. And follow the College Football Mafia on Twitter. Follow Nathan Bobber Brown on Twitter. Mullen After Dark on Twitter. And the other Gygax on Twitter. They are phenomenal. Post some great stuff. And I always like their posts. So be sure to follow them all on Twitter. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't. Become a member. I mean, it's a great membership. I've been a member for at least 10 months, I think.
Something like that. Yep.
But it's great, more confidential, members only live streams. They're phenomenal. I mean, I have my 2 cents, but you know what? That's what this channel's for, and that's what makes this channel so unique. And I'm going to put it out again. Subscribe, like, comment. Don't miss out on any cool live streams from yours truly, Nathan Bottom Brown, and everybody else. Because who knows? You never know. You might get somebody cool on here next, and somebody from the world of college football, soccer, or basketball to show up that gives some great takes. And I'm not going to say I'm some of the top guys, but you know, I'm close.
I appreciate you, Caden. Thank you so much for calling in, and we will see you at Big Freaking Friday in a few hours.
Yes, sir. And I go Bucks and a Team USA. USA.
We'll see. Thank you, Caden. He is Caden, the Diesel Freak. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. By the way, the mandatory hydration break is going right now. Zlatan Ibrahimovic commercial. That's pretty funny. If you don't know who Zlatan is, I guess just keyword ZLATAN, and you will see how good this guy is. He was a savant of soccer. There's no other of football. Let's call it what it is, at least to him. Anyways, so we've got some time. If you want to call in right now, 801-899-6203, 801-899-6203. Let's talk about either college football or the World Cup, whatever. I'm here for you. And if you're not in a position where you can call, totally cool. Continue to leave comments. I will grab the ones that draw the most attention, and I'll try to get them out to you guys as well. Mark's Holy Grail. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Here we go. Mark's Holy Grail says, friendly reminder, there are going to be 8 third-place group advancers. So if the USA draws, they will advance as at least a third-place team, but they prefer to be a top team. And the reason is that they want that seeding. They want that better seeding going into the round of 16. So, Mark, thank you very much for clearing that up. USA has to win this match against Australia. There's no other way to put it. So thank you, Mark, for bringing that up and doing those distinctions. I really, really appreciate it. Give me 1 second, everybody. I'm going to see if I can get live. Let me get a live stat breakdown that I can display. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get something that I can share. I need a live stream. I need something. That's not going to do it for me. Maybe I should just go to the Fox Sports. And that should be able to get me. Let's get this. And let's get to. No, that's not what I want. Team stats. Let's go from here. Let me back that up. Okay, let's share some stats in this first half. By the way, they've come back in. USA is driving again down the left side of the field, into the middle, again across. But that cross, man, these crosses are kind of wildly inaccurate. There was the one at the beginning of the game. Since then, they've been kind of loose. Let me share this tab instead. Here we go. Let me bring this up so everybody can see it. And let me get rid of my banner right there. So some team stats so far in the game. 75% of the possession the United States has had. 4 total shots compared to 3 for Australia. Shots on goal. Australia is the only one that has had one on goal. The other one was an own goal for the United States. They ended up getting a goal by an own goal. Chances created. The United States have actually had more chances, just haven't put them on the frame, on goal. Passing accuracy. Again, the United States has really, really good passing accuracy. 91 to 71% A lot of that's because of their good defense, but a lot of it is the United States is just a very, very well disciplined defensive and offensive team that knows how to high tempo, one pass offense. And that's what wins soccer matches. One pass offense. 9 successful crosses versus 3. Again, the United States will continue to do those crosses even if they're off target, just to put pressure on the goalie. And as I've always told my kids, you can't win if you don't shoot. Can't score if you don't shoot. So the United States just needs to keep dumping into the box and seeing what they can come up with for more offense. We'll have to see. All right, let me go back here. Call in right now, 801-899-6203, 801-899-6203. Again, super chats. I read all super chats. I defer to member comments first, and I take general comments. And then last but not least, I love to hear from you. So call in right now. Let's talk America versus Australia, 801-899-6203. And we can also talk about college sports if you'd like. We're a half hour into this game. And the United States is up 1-0 against Australia. Right now leading their group. And they're trying to fight for that number 1 seed in the group to qualify for the round of 16 teams that get into the final tournament, essentially, to try to win a World Cup. All right, let me get back to some comments. Look at this guy. Comes in out of nowhere. Somebody left the side door open. In. Again, good corner, just not really on target. They just still need to push that into the box. To Town Hawk checking in from somewhere crazy, I imagine. Also a valuable member of the College Football Mafia family, $2 super chat. I hope Aussies weren't pounding Fosters at half. Well, it's not halftime yet. To Town Hawk, you mean the hydration break? That's one way to get dehydrated, if I remember alcohol at all. I don't know. It would not shock me if the Australian fans were downing a lot of Foster's beer. That would not surprise me. Seattle, by the way, if you don't know anything else about Seattle, outside of having the world champion Seattle Seahawks, has some of the best craft brews in the entire world come out of the Pacific Northwest. So that's something else. If there is a bad the yellow card foul, it's going to be a loose defensive touch, and it's going to give the United States a shot within 35 yards, I guess, of the goal. We'll have to see. Oh, that could be ugly. Hang on a second. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. He rakes him on the back of his calf. I don't know. That they can now review those things, by the way. To Town Hawk, thank you very much for your $2 super chat. VAR now, video assistant referees can now review foul calls and give reds. Oh, go in! Oh, dang it. All right. They keep putting them in. They're a little off on those inward balls into the box. But VAR can now do a lot more things in penalties for teams that are playing this World Cup. So be very careful. You get caught on screen doing something you're not supposed to, you will get hit with some sort of a penalty. Mark's Holy Grail again. Reminder for the first time ever, the knockout stage will be 32 teams since we started with 48. Oh, is that right? Thank you, Mark. I thought it was 16 still. I learned something every day. So now we're into 32 teams. So let's do an allegory really quick. Is a college football playoff better at 12 teams or more than 12 teams? The World Cup knows what it's doing. They just went from 16 to 32. Do you think they're doing that because it's not going to make them more money? Do they think they're just doing it to try to give poor squads an opportunity to get into the final rounds? It's ridiculous. None of that is true. The reason they expand the playoff and you should expand the college football playoff is to get more people involved. The more people involved, the more money you make. It's just maths. Call in right now, 801-899-6203, 801-899-6203. 34 minutes now into the first half of this match. The United States is up 1-0 on an own goal from Australia in the first 10 minutes of the game. Was it the 11th minute? Anyway, the United States got out to this early lead, and they're currently holding on to it. The game has slowed down, though. I don't like how pedantic their offense has become. Where is the creativity they had last week against Paraguay, which was insane, by the way? The movement of the ball, the one touches, not two touches, one touch passes, not less dribbling. On one, they did not play.
Call from
Evil Badger.
Evil Badger, Ryan Willie. Ryan,
Hey Nate, thanks for
how
taking
we
my call.
doing?
I'd rather watch hockey than soccer. There's more action in hockey than there is soccer. And did you say that we could talk about college football?
Yes,
also?
go ahead. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I'll try to explain what I texted you earlier about
Okay.
what the former Green Bay Packer contract negotiator said.
Okay.
He believes, the way he was talking, he believes that it will get passed through Congress. The bill will get passed through Congress because
The House and the Senate?
yes.
Wow. That would be a shocker.
Because of there's only one transfer. You can only transfer 1 year out of it, and with it being 19-9 in the subcommittee yesterday,
Right.
it's more than likely it will get passed, and the conferences will have to sue to try to have it blocked.
Okay.
So I would agree with Moen that the SEC and the Big Ten have to strike now and not later.
Okay.
But the one thing I want to ask you is, okay, so if they're going to not let streamers in, the broadcast networks can say, well, this is our offer, take it or leave it. And then a lot of the schools won't get into the TV. A lot of the schools won't be able to get on TV because of the TV deals that they have.
Right.
So a lot of schools are going to lose a lot of sports because of that. They won't have the funding from the lucrative conference contracts and all that. And like I said last night with the Ronald Reagan quote, the government's not that they're thinking they're helping them, but it's actually making it worse.
Yes, the 9 worst words in the English language. The government is here to help. Something to that effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look. The NCAA and the autonomous conferences did this to themselves. They went to Congress begging for years for an antitrust exemption and for control of athletes and the transfer portal, begging, literally getting on hands and knees, begging over and over again for protection from Congress. And then they bring Congress into the mix, and then Congress becomes an activist group. And immediately then everybody hates what Congress is doing. The hypocrisy is incredible. And what bugs me is that people aren't willing to say this stuff out loud. It's absolutely a fact.
And what will happen in 5 to 10 years if this goes through and what I think will happen comes true, where schools are going to have to cut sports
Yes.
and all of that. Is Congress going to try to reverse what they did earlier?
No, well, I would hope that what I've asked for a very long time is take college football and college basketball out of it entirely, and the Olympic sports and women's sports should get federal money. In my opinion, the government should be subsidizing Olympic sports for state schools across the country. That's what every other country in the world does. They subsidize, the government subsidizes their Olympic sports and their women's sports, which is why they're so competitive in the Olympics and whatnot, is that money doesn't come from private. I mean, some comes from advertisers, but it's mostly from government subsidies. If the United States wants to be real in the Olympics and the World Cup, any of this stuff, we're gonna have to spend federal dollars to keep it up, because you and I both know college football and basketball, they can no longer support those things.
Well, I'll watch the show after I get back from meeting my family tonight.
Great.
All right. Thanks for taking the
Ryan,
call.
you bet. It's
All right,
good
bye.
to hear from you. I appreciate it. Ryan
You
Willie
too.
knows people. I'm going to give him a clap. Thank you so much for calling, Ryan. He does have some insider knowledge there. And if they're telling him they think the thing is going to pass, that's a bit of a surprise to me, because there's still so many challenges. Like they're absolutely screwing the athletes. And that reminds me, give me 1 second. I had meant to do this a while ago. Articles. I need to republish an article I wrote of why the PCSA should not. My challenges that I've had with the PCSA are not with anything to do with super leagues or the P2 or any of that stuff. It's always been about, it's always, to me, no, that's not how I want to do it. Been about the athletes and what they get. A CBA, representations, that's where I think we should be, and we shouldn't be talking about this PCSA and the P2 and the pooling of rights. In my opinion, there should not even be something to settle in Congress unless athletes are at the negotiating table and you give them a CBA to negotiate for them. So, people raging because they think I'm in some way an advocate of PCSA because I want pooling of rights, or I want to screw the Big Ten or the SEC, haven't been paying attention, or they don't like talking about anything that isn't in their silo, and they just want to hear yes, yes, yes over and over and over again. We need to be able to have conversations in the United States and not just either you're with me or you're against me. Everybody lives in a gray area. Sorry. Quick update, 42 minutes to go. There was some timing delay in injury timeout for about a minute and a half. The United States and Australia and the United States are playing short ball inside and right around the box. Oh, dang it. Go in. There we go. That's it. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Oh, no. Oh, no. Damn it. That pisses me off. I was just about to upstate score. Offsides. The classic killer of all things fun. The offsides rule in the World Cup and European soccer. Was he really offside? Oh, yeah. There's like 4 of them that are offsides. Oh, hang on a second. I was looking at the wrong guy. They got to run that again. Let's see right now. Oh my gosh, he might be onside. I was watching the wrong guy. The guy who hits the ball, yes, that's going to be a goal. That's going to be a goal for the United States. It's going to be 2-0. United States is going to have a second goal, and this was on a header, and it will count. Come on, buddy. You got to give it to us. Let's go. United States, give us a goal. Help a brother out. Here we go. Window, window, window. Speak it. Let's go. U.S. score was not in offside position. Let's go. So it's 2-0. This United States team is different. They got off to a slow start. I got to update my banner. They are different. I've been holding my breath. And after this game, I am going to buy myself a jersey. I just need to figure out which American jersey to wear because I don't particularly like the one that looks like a barber pole. The U.S. flag that's a front. I'm not a fan of that one, but I might take the away jersey. But right now it is United States 2, Australia nothing. Call in right now. Let's talk about it. 801-899-6203. 801-899-6203. Let me change this format too. That was a fantastic header. I'm so glad he got credit for that because that was an outstanding header. Outstanding header. Let's see if I can get it. No. There we go.
Call from
Tawtown Hawk.
Tawtown Hawk, how we doing, brother?
Not too bad, Nate. There's a good blue, dark blue one that I saw over at Walmart the other day that seems pretty reasonable.
Is that right?
Cost-wise. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm in Dallas, so maybe they just have more selection here because it's a watch site or
It is,
because they're hosting.
Yeah,
that might
maybe.
be one thing. But I would definitely check out Walmart or Sam's Club if you have one there.
Okay.
Probably Costco too.
Yeah, I love Costco. Yeah, that's
They
fantastic.
tend to
It's a
have
good
some of
idea.
the better apparel stuff. Yeah.
They actually do,
But,
don't they? You get good quality for your money at Costco and Walmart. Sam's Club is what I meant to say.
Oh, Eddie Bauer loves me, man.
My whole wardrobe is pretty much out of Costco.
Over there.
So, so what's going on? Are you watching this game right now?
I am. I'm actually. I'm on YouTube TV, so I'm like 5 seconds behind you. So I had to call in. I knew what was happening before I saw it happen. Although that was a really great header. That was awesome.
It really was. I lost track. I thought it was a goal, and then they replayed it the first time, checking for a VAR check to see if he was offsides. And I was looking at the wrong guy. I was looking at the guy that was farther upfield rather than the guy who actually hit the ball. And the header he put in, that was like a rifle shot.
Oh, okay. So when it comes to soccer, I don't know all the rules, so I'm a little ignorant there. If you could explain to the viewers what makes it offsides and what doesn't, I can't tell if it's the guy has to hit the ball from the circle or the other guy has to be in front of the box in front of the goalie. I didn't know where the line was.
Yeah, there is no line.
Or you can't be behind. You can't be behind their furthest back guy.
The last defender. You can't be behind the last defender, except there are a couple exceptions. I don't know both of them, but one of them I know of. If you pick the ball up and you're already behind the last defender, you can pass to somebody. But if say you're ahead, but you pass it backwards and the ball doesn't go backwards, it goes straight across and it's in front of the last defender, then you're offsides again. So it's all where the last defender is. And the reason that wasn't offsides is because you noticed, if you saw it in the replay, their defender was dragging his back leg. A lot of times that's on purpose,
Mhm.
right? They're trying to draw one way or the other
Oh,
offside.
so they try and get somebody in front of them. Okay.
Yes, they were. He just was out of position. That guy, the last guy there, he was in the wrong spot.
Are corner kicks another condition where you don't get a lot of offsides calls? Because I can't remember seeing a lot. Or is that just guys line up correctly and they are real careful about not getting behind the other guy?
I want to say, and I will admit, if I'm wrong, somebody watching right now, correct me in the comments. You guys, correct me if I'm wrong. But I think you can't be offsides on a corner kick.
On a corner? Okay, that makes sense.
I think you can be offside. Well, you can be offsides on an in the field kick though. So if you're out here 35 yards outside the box and you kick it in, if you go offsides, it's offsides. Does that make sense?
Or on a free kick, or
Right.
Some from the field of play. Okay,
exactly.
I get you.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
Good.
well,
Those are
if
great
you're okay
questions,
with it,
by the way.
Hey, I'm trying. It looks like we're going to make a deep run, so I want to up my game a little bit.
I love it. This is exciting stuff. I fell in love with this. 2002, the United States had a pretty good team. They made it to the knockout round. Mark's Holy Grail is going to correct me. I think they won one game so they made it to the quarterfinals. Mark, is that right? I might be remembering that wrong, but so 2002 is really where I started paying attention, and then the 2012 was it 2012? No, 2014 in Brazil. A lot of people watched that one. The United States.
Is that the one where Brazil got cooked?
Yes, by Germany, 7-1 or whatever. Yeah, yeah. But the United States had a team that year. In fact, they took Germany down to the wire in their knockout game. But they had a good team, so it's been fun to watch. I mean, I'm an Olympics guy too. I like cheering for the United States, right? We are all enemies on the college football field, but when it comes to USA, you couldn't find a more patriotic group than what we've got around here.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I'd say the one that really sticks out in my mind from World Cup, I remember watching Zidane from France.
Oh yeah, yes.
I mean, I know it was terrible how he got kicked out, but I do remember just in the back of my head, he had one pass where he picked the ball up with his back foot behind him and squirted it over his head and over the defender. Just, it was like something I would have thought Pele. Oh my gosh, that was a great shot.
It was a great shot. Yes, it was a great shot. I was not going to interrupt you, but you're caught up to what I was just seeing, and yeah, America almost had another good attack there. So, Zinedine Zidane was a madman. There's no other way to put it. Guy was an absolute lunatic
fantastic.
for France.
I mean, it's people talk about sports not being an art form, but when you get to a certain level, with the way some of these guys are able to pass, kick, it's just the epitome of human ability. It's really something to see.
Was it Pele? Again, Mark's Holy Grail is going to fact check me, but I think it was Pele that dubbed it the beautiful game. And
I don't know.
Somebody looked that up for me. Sorry, I'm just going to put the halftime score. It is halftime in the great Seattle Seahawks Stadium. It's halftime now. USA 2, Australia is nothing. USA's woken up and is playing very, very well. But I appreciate your appreciation. I think 2006 was another great World Cup year. That's the year you were talking about.
Yep. You know what? You were talking about craft beer. There's some pretty decent pub hopping opportunities down by the fish market down there.
Pike Street?
Yeah. And
yes.
I don't know. I don't know exactly where the football stadium is in comparison to Safeco, but when I was very, very, very young, when I was about 22, my brother, my sister, and I went on a pub crawl downtown. We started the fish market, and then we wound up mid-afternoon in day game and walked into Safeco and caught like the last 4 innings. It was one of my favorite days in beautiful Seattle weather, mid-August, so before the rain season started. It was something. It was great.
Seattle is one of the most beautiful cities in the entire world. As long
Yeah,
as it,
for
as long
3 months out of
as,
the year.
yeah. If you don't, I like rain. So for me, it's beautiful all the time. But some people don't like rain so much. That is true.
Yep.
It is. It's a tough get to get a ticket. You mentioned Safeco. Safeco is south of what is it now? The Seahawks Stadium. I can't remember who the title sponsor is anymore for the stadium, but it absolutely is one of the most beautiful settings to play an athletic event. Did you ever make it over to Husky Stadium, or did you drive by the 405 North?
No, we pretty much. I haven't been north of the north of downtown.
Okay,
Is
yeah,
pretty much so.
it's a little north and a little bit north central, yeah, of Seattle.
Well, one day I want to do the drive, up to Vancouver and do a kind of a road trip. The I-5 go all the way down and into Oregon and then Northern California. That would be a great one. Maybe even go along the 101. But
Boy, oh boy, Highway 101. Yes, that's a drive for sure.
Yeah, and Astoria is on my. I'm a big Goonies fan, so that's on my bucket list.
Well, there you go. I mean, who doesn't love Goonies? That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
All right. Before you go anywhere, I'm going to run this play so everybody can see this header. It's an amazing play. This is how the United States ends the half, and it's not going to be able to do sound because I'm talking to you. But let's see here. No, I can't. Can I do it while you're on? I'm trying to remember. They won't hear you. Yeah, let me put you on mute for just a second. I'm going to run this other thing, and then don't go away. I'll be right back to you, okay?
No problem.
All right, let's do this. Let's share this tab instead. Let's make it big, hopefully. Let me back it up. Let's see if you guys can hear. And let me bring the screen up. So this is the second goal, the goal that the United States scored just before the end of the half. And I hope you can see it good enough. This is a pretty good angle. Not much time left in this. That is amazing. Just so everybody knows, that is so hard to do when people are playing defense so deep. It's pretty incredible. Anyways, okay, I am back to you now. Did you get a chance to see that?
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't realize it was only with 3 minutes left to go.
Yeah, no, that was a fast half for sure. Well, I say it's always funny you say that. It's the perception it was fast. It actually was 52 minutes long. So, we're seeing it in real time anyway. Anything
have
else?
they always played quarters? Oh, yeah. Well, I figured it's college football halftime.
It is. You can keep going. I'm not kicking you off.
All right. Ryan called in, and I didn't catch everything because I came in like during his phone call, but talking about Congress, and he thinks it's going to get passed because it got out of committee. Well,
yes.
I agree. Because if it made it out of committee, then it definitely has a good chance. Otherwise, they wouldn't bother getting it out, and they kill it there. Typically, that's what I understand happens with bills. But
but we have to remember, it's not just getting out of the committee or even getting through the Senate. They also have to be able to get something through the House.
Right.
Right.
I think it's going to depend on timing. When is it going to go up for vote? Because everybody's up for election in November. Can you imagine this going on during the season? How crazy would that be if they have this on top of all the regular football talk, and then we got to worry about the vote on Congress in November?
Yeah, I mean, it's true. And then in December, what do we have? We have the college football playoff negotiations, right?
Um,
December 1st, they have to decide whether they're going to change it next year or not.
oh, that's what I was. It's not exactly about the conference football layout, but what Ryan said and mentioned, and what I think I heard uh, Greg yesterday talking about the streamers not having an ability to bid on the the contract, and I don't. Something about forced viewership on networks only. And
Right.
I don't believe that. And partially because there's too many games to put on just 4 networks
Yes.
at 5 spots. I think
Yep.
what would we say, 4 at 5 spots each, so that's 20. Even if you'd have to almost do like they used. You remember ABC used to have like regional coverage. So on a
Oh,
Saturday, some guys would catch the West Coast game.
yes.
Some people would watch like Texas, and somebody else would catch Michigan playing on the East Coast. I remember that they used to have the maps on ESPN, like to cut
Yeah,
out which game you're going to get.
that's right. Yeah.
That would be almost how they would have to structure that, and nobody's going to go back 25 years in broadcasting as far as exposure. Nobody's going to go for that.
There
So
are so many things limiting to. I still don't think it gets through the House the way it's built. The
well,
Congressional Black Caucus is not going to support something that doesn't give more gumption to the players, in my opinion. Gives a window into a CBA or some sort of employment status. I don't think there's enough there to push it through, and it's impractical. I don't even know what this means to say they're gonna everything has to be over the air. I mean, that's
that doesn't.
impossible.
Well, it doesn't. But even if they get the antitrust exemption, it's just like the NFL or anybody else. The league has the ability to negotiate. So the
Yes,
league
that's
is the
right.
one who says, "Hey, we're going to split
That's right.
this batch of games up for this bid, this batch of games up for that bid."
Yep.
And they'll call it tier 1 through tier 3, just like they do now.
Yes.
Which is not a big deal. Though the one thing I think they might do is regionalize some of the split. Um, I still think it's going to be by conference, and you're going to want conferences for that in order to do split. Now, as far as the payout, I don't say it's not going to be equal, and I think that's what comes down to is a lot of SEC and Big Ten fans think, well, they're going to make us all negotiate so everybody gets the same piece of the pie. I don't think so. That just doesn't make sense. I mean, somebody has a $250 million athletic budget, and they bring in revenue, including merchandise, to
Yeah.
sustain that. You can't just take it away from them. What I think you wind up at in economics, they call it a Nash equilibrium, but the premise of it is that you wind up at a spot that is the maximum for everybody without making anyone else worse off. So,
Yes.
what I can see is, maybe SEC and Big Ten look at the slice of their pie at that point and they say, well, it's flat or it's barely above inflation or something, but it's not lower. And
Yeah.
I think they would probably choose that, in all honesty, over trying to go it your own way. And then the second somebody splits away, Nate, there's going to be an antitrust lawsuit filed the next day. So it's kind of pointless to do from that point, because it's all about access, and
Yeah.
nobody's going to grant the Big Ten and the SEC their own personal antitrust exemption, which is
No,
what Greg Sankey tried to uh, ask for
he
basically
did.
last week, saying that he had to
Yep.
have that special subsection. Like, everybody in the country is a moron and doesn't see exactly what they're going to do. Yeah, here. You promised not to rob me, but here, I'm going to give you a gun.
Look, and I was talking to Moen last night about this, and we were saying two completely different things at the exact same time. We were walking past each other, but I asked Moen, if Ohio State didn't lose a dime, but everybody else was able to come up a little bit more by pooling these rights, why wouldn't that be a win? And his retort is, well, why should we have to give away any advantage that we've earned? And I'm saying, I'm not asking you to give anything away. I'm literally telling you guys don't lose anything. Minnesota does not make a dollar less. But by pooling rights of the top 72 teams, you're able to provide double the valuation because more teams are qualified or have a chance to get into the playoffs and to win some games. There is no all I get back is anger when I bring those things up. They get passionate about it. I get passionate about it, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong. We don't have to agree. I'm okay to agree to disagree. Where I think the world needs to be more is in the middle, though. Like I'm willing to give. I'm asking, what is the Big Ten and the SEC willing to give? And as far as I can tell, I haven't heard many things they're willing to give up.
Well, when it comes to those particular two conferences, and the prestige associated with them, SEC for football and the Big Ten rather for the academic side of things, and their perception of importance in the world, not just in their region.
Yeah.
I think that plays into an awful attitude of sorts, the entitlement, saying that, well, why would I help everyone else out even if I don't get myself into a worse situation, if it takes the focus away from me in any such way where I can't force people to look at me that I'm the all important and most important person in the room that's going to get all the coverage on two networks, all the time. And I think there's a misconception by a lot of those fans that if you break away, you're not going to force BYU fans to watch Big Noon kickoff for a Minnesota-Purdue game.
No.
Because that's the only thing available on the channel. That doesn't work that way. Those people more than likely will be out raking leaves and doing something more productive in their garden.
Yeah,
or watching on Netflix or whatever for whatever coverage. Even the CW, I would rather watch the CW channel coverage with a high school announcer watching one of my games than watch Troy Aikman call a Rutgers Penn State game. And that's just because that has nothing. You can't force me to be a fan of something else. That's the beautiful part about this game. You cannot force people to care.
The ugliness is comparing what a majority of the United States is rising up and is angry about and is take activism about versus a minority in the United States of viewers of the Big Ten and the SEC. That fight it's almost primordial because there's no way to rectify those two groups. There's no way to bring those two groups together. And that's what this law is trying to do, is trying to force these disparate groups together. And it's just leading to more chaos. There's no way Big Ten and SEC are going to give up any more of their control. And the rest of the United States is not going to watch Big Ten just because you shove it down their throat.
Well,
that
here's
is not
the
a
reality.
working scenario.
I've got an. This is my theory, so I may be way off base, but in my mind, here's what's going to happen. If they choose to go it their own way, somebody has to point out to them, okay, listen, if you guys break away, you want to go do your own thing, you want to get your own contract, and then you want to get sued for antitrust. Here,
Right.
let's roll back, look at what happened in the Alston case, look at the opinion that was written by the Supreme Court justices in a 9-0 decision. And you remember they were so kind and nice to allow a settlement and that just got codified over the last 2 years,
Right.
rather than be subject to damages. And the reason they did that, Nate, was because the amount in damages was going to be almost unfathomable. So can you imagine those two groups of universities go 8-10 years down the road with their mega deals with Fox or ESPN or whoever they use, and they get sued basically out of existence based on the damages that are going to be? Because I don't see in any case whatsoever you're going to reverse the decision from 9-0 to going the other way and voting in their favor.
No,
It won't happen.
that's
It
not
can't
going to happen. No, it's
So-
not.
Somebody points that out and say, listen, you guys want to lose your endowment? Sure, go for it. I mean,
Again,
otherwise-
these same people have said that will never happen. They'll never take away those research dollars. They'll never make it so that the federal government could penalize in some way conferences that try to go their own way, and not including the rest of the United States. There are ways. Tax exempt status can be taken away. There can be penalties. There can be all kinds of federal dollars withheld. There are ways to make people do what you want them to do, and the government is best at it.
You default on a judgment as a conference, because that's its own entity. That'll be gone.
Yeah,
I mean, they
and we don't want that, obviously.
to disband it at that point.
Yeah, we don't want
And
that.
neither do
I'm not
they.
cheering for that. Yeah.
No,
Agreed.
I'm not. But that's just the reality. So either you're looking at that 8 to 10 years down the road, or in some way you keep your sovereignty, you keep your traditions. Guess what? You even keep your money. You just don't own everything, and you allow access the way that has been, the way the world in this country for the last 200 years. It's all about competition. It's not about exclusionary. That's what kills me, is the Big Ten and the SEC think, oh, well, we need to cut everybody else out. Yeah, that's called a monopoly or an oligopoly at this point if it's two groups, or a cartel. Those are 3 words that don't really do well in America. That they're bad words.
But they on their side,
they're not popular.
But to Town Hawk on their side, they would say socialism, communism, collectivization is also, those are bad words in the United States. So both groups have terms to make the other
Everybody
group look bad.
I'm not talking about communism, but what kills me is everybody says, oh, you're a socialist. Yeah, and everybody else is in the United States.
Yeah, the United States is filled with
because
social
you're
programs.
all getting Social Security. You're all going to get Medicare.
Yeah,
exactly. And you know the reason why? It's because we don't believe in people, dying in a ditch on the side of the road and just walking by them.
Of course.
That's not what
the United
we're about.
States, the financial system is capitalism. We are a meritocracy, and we are a socialist society. We, of course, collectivize monies. That's what taxes are. We have no social services without social security. That is socialism. So all these terms and stuff, they're fun to banter about, but technically none of them are right. None of those terms fit.
It's a hybrid system.
It is. It's all
right.
hybrid.
So
don't point fingers.
It's a give and
take. It is. It's exactly right.
Exactly.
All right, to Town Hawk, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for calling in and spend some time with me.
All right. Go USA.
Go USA. Go USA. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
All right, man. Bye.
He is to Town Hawk. Off the phone and loving life. Thanks so much to Town Hawk. I appreciate you being here and talking to me for a little bit. Call in right now, 801-899-6203. 801-899-6203. We can talk about U.S. men's soccer, college football, or college sports in general, the business of college football. I'm into all those things. Right now, there are 5 minutes almost gone in the first half, and it's still 2-0. The United States has gone to a more possession game. I don't want to say they're stopping. They're aggressive pushing forward, but they're not being as forward pressing, which I think they need to stay aggressive. They can't just say 2 goals will get us home. They need to not only keep scoring, but score differential is massive. And so right now, the United States cannot get passive like this. They need to step forward. Absolutely need to step forward. All right, let me get to some more comments while we have a second here. Let's see. Mark's Holy Grail, valuable member of the College Football Mafia family, says, and for your information, did you see Greg Pflugar resigned from being a leader of the Army of 24 today? I did see it. Greg has every right to feel the way he feels. I'm not going to criticize what he's saying at all. It's cool. It was his Army at 24 anyway. So if he wants to walk away from it, that's his choice, as it were. I think, United States on a break. Was he offside? No, it's going to be a free ball. They're letting him play. Oh, no. It was blocked at the last minute. Oh, that was good defense by Australia. But that break, you got to score there. You had 2 yards. You had 2 yards on the guy on defense, and he caught you. Some bad touches. They got to get better if they're going to win some knockout round games. They have to. You can't be making them those. You have to score there. It was a good play though. He's pretty bitter about the momentum of the PCSA. I think Greg has every right to be. He's a fan of the Big Ten. He's a fan of Minnesota, and they have different things. Their priority list is different than others, and so he has every right to walk away from it. I think 24 is where we're going to end up, and I think it's funny, and I'm going to talk about it tonight. But while everybody else is talking about PCSA and Brendan Sorsby, and for me, it's CBA and athlete pay. Secretly, without anybody knowing about it, except for an announcement that came out yesterday, the college football playoff negotiations have been going silently in the background. And I think that is a massive win. For that, here's another USA break into the box. 1 touch, 2 touch, okay. He's on the edge, corner. All right, United States corner. Let's see what happens. I'll talk about it tonight, but I think those secret negotiations, and they are secret, the negotiations happening in secret, are going to get the 2014 playoff passed. I feel so strongly about it, more than I have in the last year, because of everything that's happening with the federal government and how schools are starting to feel like their lives are slipping away. I think expanding the college football playoff has become a priority for 95% of college football. They want access to the playoff. Corner, header. Nope, they played it out. Australia's got it. There was a foul. 2 heads hit together. That's no good. 53 minutes in. Sorry. 9 minutes in. We might have a head injury here with defender and the striker for the United States. I'm not sure his name, but he's really, really good. Hopefully they both walk away. They both knock their heads on it trying to hit the ball. So I really do. Greg might not like it, but I think it's the best thing for Minnesota. Marshawn Lynch, baby, let's go. Seahawks for life. Where's my Seahawks? Hang on. By the way, I was going to ring my bell for 2 goals earlier. That bell with my name on it. Give me a second. I got to put my Seahawks hat on. Just give me 1 second here. Something fell down behind me. Hang on. Let's go. Marshawn Lynch in the house. All right. Liverpool hat off. We're going Seahawks the rest of the show. All right. Anyway, call in right now, 801-899-6203, 801-899-6203. Score is still 2-0. 55 minutes into the game, and the United States is still winning 2-0. All right, let's get to some more comments. Thanks for the update on that, by the way, Mark's Holy Grail. I appreciate it. Old Dad earlier said US, 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 US. Another one, Mark's Holy Grail. So cool. Go USA. I love that so much. Yogi Buck in the house checking in. Wow, nice. Good to see you, Yogi. Thanks for being here today. We're doing a little bit of live show. Says thank you. Old Dad says you're welcome, Yogi, because that's what we do around here. Let's do a little bit of education on how football is played. Mark's Holy Grail again, live on the spot with AI. I love it. No, you cannot be called offside directly from a corner kick because the ball is being kicked from the exact corner of the field on the goal line. And I thought that was the case. Oh, that's a dive. This Australian guy, there's a dive. That is a dive. Somebody needs to clip that out. He just fell down. Oh my gosh, that was so bad. You can now get a penalty for faking. Did you guys know that? That's one of the best rule changes in the United States. You can get it if you get caught, and that they didn't catch it. I don't know why. The guy totally dove. But for faking, you can actually get a yellow card. 2 yellow cards, and you're out of the game. Team loses a player. Anyway, that's good to know. So no offsides on a corner kick. Also, Mark's Holy Grail, you're right that the farthest the USA has gone in World Cup is quarterfinals in 2002 when they lost to Germany 1-0 after beating Mexico in the round of 16. Another good history lesson. That was the first World Cup I really watched. 1930, the first World Cup, the United States was in Uruguay when USA lost in the semifinals. Most people don't count that one. Yeah, that was before World War II, and yeah, you can cross a number of things off that the world has changed since then. Another one from Mark. I heard Greg and Moen talking about that too. They were theorizing and projecting that this bill would prevent streamers. I don't think that's true at all. That's not going to happen, and nobody has ever said that would happen. Bob Thompson has absolutely said the opposite. That will never happen. The streamers, they have their access. It doesn't matter what Congress wants to take away from them. There are federal laws that would restrict some of the things. The claims that people have tried to put into the bill would not stand judicial oversight. Immediate lawsuits. Netflix is not going to sit on its hands knowing that they make billions of dollars broadcasting what will be SEC games, maybe Big Ten games, maybe Notre Dame games, who knows? But that's how they're projecting. That's what they're seeing as the future. Anything's possible. To Townhawk's apologizing. You don't have to apologize to Townhawk. I'm the one that had you on. Sorry for monopolizing halftime football talk. What negotiations are going on? The college football playoff. 24 team, 16 team. Oh, and by the way, there was one other one that I flagged earlier for Mark. Mark wants to make it clear. Nathan, please don't do this to me today. You know I am a strong believer that we have to expand to at least 14 or 16 teams, but not to 24 yet. If I said that, I certainly didn't mean it. Mark has game theoried 14, 16, and 24 team college football playoffs. Obviously, he's saying here he's not a fan of the 24 team. He likes 14 and 16. And he knows I like 24. So we'll keep going. We will get to more live comment. Let's see here. The other Daniel Gygax in the house. But reminder, we have Big Freaking Friday live at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight, 5 p.m. left coast time. That would be the Pacific time zone. Yes, I will be done here about 3 o'clock my time. I have to sit back in this chair in 3 hours for another hour. for Big Freaking Friday with Wild Ute and Mowing After Dark right here on the College Football Mafia channel. So if you're watching now on X, do me a favor, flip over on YouTube, go to College Football Mafia, hit the subscribe button. Do me a solid. You can also leave comments on X, and I will see them here. Last but not least, if you want your comment to guaranteed be read, make it a super chat, and I absolutely will read it. And then I defer to member comments. All right, there's an injury break. Injury break. We're at 59 minutes. These games are 90 minutes long, if you didn't know. Injury break. So far, it's been about 2.5 minutes. So that'll be added to injury time. If you don't know what that is, totally understand. Don't feel bad. Injury time is the way that they can't. The clock never stops in soccer, football. Never stops. So 45-minute halves, and then they take what is deemed injury time or water break time, whatever it is. They compound it together and they put it at the end of each half. So at the end of the first half, it was 7 minutes of extra time. We're already, I bet you, we're at least 6 minutes right now in the second half, and we still have 30 minutes to be played. So this game's going to go maybe to 100 minutes. We'll have to see. Yeah, that'd take me to right about 3 o'clock. And when did I start? I started at 12:30. So yeah, 2.5 hours. That's about right, actually. Anyway, here's another one to Town Hawk. Players on the field better look out for Lynch on a golf cart. Marshawn Lynch is one of the best personalities in the history of sport. If you don't like Marshawn Lynch, I don't know what you're doing. He is the best entertainer ever. He is so funny. Another one from Mark, who's activist today. Oh, Australia's pushing. Got the ball in the box. Ooh, he had an open goal, and that was a miss. That was a flat miss. Oh, Australia, could you be on the ground complaining more? Seriously, spit on your hands and rub dirt on it or something. I cannot believe how much Australia is bitching and moaning. I'm a fan of Australia. You guys play a football without helmets. I totally respect your fandom. You guys cannot be this soft. Actually, I take it back. That guy got his ankle stepped on really nasty. Yeah, that was ugly. It was inadvertent. He didn't do it on purpose. He had a sitter for an open goal, and he kicked it over the pole. But the guy that fell down, he actually got stepped on. So I take it back. Mark says, hate to rain on your 2014 parade, but your 2014 leaders weren't able to show that they can make more money than a 16 team, and they haven't figured out how to schedule the 8 first and second round games. 16 teams still much better. Okay. We will have to agree to disagree. I don't think I know that money drives a lot of things. I don't think at the end of the day that's just like with this Congress stuff. I don't think it's about pooling media dollars. I don't think it's about any of the cat calls or red herrings that have been put into the press. I think it's simply about access and having more teams have access to a national championship. Ooh, break, ball in the box, United States. Ooh, kick to the middle. Oh, he didn't. Again, U.S. has too many. Last week they were one touch pass shoot score. They're not doing that today. It's too much dribbling, which is not good for a United States team. The too much dribbling is not good. That's where we've lost in the past. We need more one-touch passes. You don't gather it and then kick it again. You take the ball on the volley and you just kick it. Touch, 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 touch. I want to say they had 24 one-touches in the first game, or actually, I'm not going to get that number right. It was the highest, though, in the entire World Cup up to that point. The most one-touch passes. They're not doing that in this game. They're dribbling. They're doing more one-on-one. Seems like they might be clowning for the limelight a little bit. I don't know. I don't like it though. Oops. What did I just do? Hang on. Give me 1 second. That was a mistake. Okay. Kick it out of your end. Don't leave it there. All right. Give me a call right now. 801-899-6203. 801-899-6203. We basically got a half hour left. We can talk about whatever you guys would like to. I know I got interrupted there in the middle of Australia got the ball back in the box. Shot on goal, but goalie got it. So that was a fairly routine stop, to be honest. Fairly routine stop. 801-899-6203. Give me a call and let's talk about college football or World Cup, whatever you want. Boy, oh boy. That was high risk defense by the United States. You can't be giving up yellow cards in the World Cup. They're too valuable. Get it? Okay. United States maybe on the break again. United States throw. That was good pressure. They got to keep pressing. 2014 playoff is where it's at. Protect College Sports Act is about money, yes, but it's more about access, in my opinion. Teams want to be relevant. Let me ask you a question. You guys are the smartest viewers on YouTube and on X. Somebody riddle me this. Is USF, University of South Florida, spending upwards of $400 million all said and done over several years to redo their stadium and invest in their other facilities? Do you think they're doing that if they don't want to compete for a national championship? It's a ridiculous notion. Of course not. Of course not. They want to play for a national championship. One way to do that is you qualify for the college football playoff, regardless of the conference you're in. Is America going to support a P2 breakaway? In my opinion, there is not a chance in hell that Congress would allow that to happen. Nobody's going to believe me. It's cool, whatever. But it's absolutely, there's no way. And the same thing goes for these guys that want this completely draconian Protect College Sports Act. That's not going to work either. Shutting down and making every game over-the-air access, restricting YouTube TV and Netflix. Never mind ESPN. No, of course not. Those are stupid things. They're all for negotiations. They're all for reconciliation. But the Protect College Sports Act has much bigger things to worry about. Much bigger things to worry about than whether they're pulling media rights. Okay, there we go. 2/3 through the game. We are at the final 2.5 minute break, which is the hydration break. And then we will see this game to the end. Right now, during break, it is 68 minutes in the game, and it is United States 2, Australia 0. Give me a call right now, 801-899-6203, 801-899-6203. I'm not seeing, I don't read the Twitter comments if they don't come through on StreamYard. You have to be watching, it's glitched. I'm not sure I even can see those comments, actually. I'm looking at the one that I rebumped the show to Town Hawk, and I'm not seeing any comments on it. So I guess I'm going to have to tell you, no, I don't think so. You have to be watching the feed on X to have those comments come through. So I'm not ignoring the comments. I'm simply not seeing them. Old Dad, USA, let's go. Sure, Town Hawk, you can call me back. Just if we keep it brief. But yeah, you can call me back. Go ahead. It's a glitch between YouTube and X, though, that I can't see those posts. It's an in-between world that I don't see them. Sorry. I'm not ignoring anybody's comments, by the way. Illini Ted, good to see you, man. It's been a minute. Thanks for being here. The off season's almost over. As old Dad said, Illini Ted, there's only 71 days left till we have college football. So let's go. Illini Ted says this is even more impressive considering the Pulisic injury. No doubt. No doubt. That is facts. Illini Ted knows what he's talking about. United States beating Australia right now without Christian Pulisic is incredible. All right, here we go.
Call from
A Town Hawk again.
The Town Hawk again. How we doing?
Pretty good. It looks things are looking good with 1 quarter to go.
We're doing
2-0.
okay. Yes.
So we're for sure advancing with a victory today.
Yes.
And just the next one, we're just worried about seeding for the next round, right?
Seeding. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's four teams in a group, and they're all playing for 2 spots. And then there's a chance that the third team, if they have enough higher, because there's 8 teams that are third place that could qualify for the next round. But we want to just, if we win this one, we would have to really go out of our way and lose by a bunch of points in our final game to not win the group at this point.
Okay. Now, all right. Question. This is for you. Why
Sure.
why do you prefer 24-team playoffs versus a 16?
I've always been a proponent of more. I want more big games in November and December. I want less bowl games that mean nothing and more first and second round home playoff games on campuses. I've always been an advocate for more.
Okay. So there's 2 extra games, or what am I thinking? No, it's 4 extra games for 24 versus 16, right? With a bye for the top 4,
Top 8.
top 8. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's the only reason I want 16 versus 24. I do love more teams, but I want everybody. I don't want any buys.
I appreciate that.
I think it's
I get
too
that.
much of an advantage in that particular game, where the extra rest, I think, is a tremendous advantage, especially with the grind it takes on the body.
In the last 2 years, there have been 8 teams that have gotten the bye, and only one of them has won.
Because it's such a long layoff, right?
I mean, there's all kinds of reasons. You could say they lose momentum. That would be my argument. I think in college, these athletes are world-class level. The fact that people think they're just going to wilt and go away because they play an extra week of football is a fable, in my opinion. I think they could have always been playing more
I don't think
football.
it's an extra week. I don't think it's an extra week at all. I think they're up to 25% more than college athletes from 15 years ago. I mean, if you make it all the way, right?
Yeah, if you go to 24,
16 games.
If you go to 24, you are losing the championship game round. That's the trade-off.
Right. Okay.
16 teams, you keep the championship playoff. At 24, you lose them.
So either way, if you go all the way, it's the same number of games.
There's a 14 that Mark has been a big advocate of, where 2 teams get byes, or is it double byes? Everybody else plays. Yeah, I'm not going to explain it right. We did a video on it. You could find it on our catalog. Just look in there for college football playoff formats. But 14 teams is the one he advocates very strongly for, if not 16. And it's because, yeah, there's something with 2 teams would get byes, and There's also ways you can machination the matchups and some other things. To me, it's too complex. I'm not saying it's
That's
not a
why I
good
like
format.
16.
It's kind of busy.
That's the only reason I like 16. Is everybody starts, everybody plays on the same weekend.
Sure, and I understand that.
Your advantage is you know, if you're the number 1 seed, you get to play, you know, the weakest potential opponent, right?
No,
You go
it's
16-1, 15-2.
yeah. Let me back up because I think I said I misspoke. 16 teams, you still would lose the first round bye or the championship games, I believe.
I'm okay
Because
with that. If they move it
because
all
if you
into
played one
December,
more week, I'm doing it in my head. I'm doing the math. If every team
okay.
plays 12 and there's no championship games, you go straight seeding 1 to 16. That works. The championship games work because they essentially give those, well, they have in the past given those first round buys if you win those championship games. It's not that way anymore, but that's the way it was in the first couple of years. So if you go past 12, I think you do. Maybe there's an option. Maybe it can be both ways. Maybe both are correct.
Oh,
And
you're just talking about
enable it.
losing the championship game,
Yeah, I'm just
right?
talking about either losing or keeping the championship games, which people are very passionate about those championship games. Very passionate about
Yeah.
them. I don't think
I,
I don't think you need them, but they make a lot of money.
well, we didn't have them in the late '90s. I mean, they didn't really come
No,
into fruition except for the SEC, right? The SEC's had it since like '92 or so.
I don't
I think when
know
they,
the answer to that.
I think it was after they got South Carolina and Arkansas into the league is when they started doing a championship game. But other than that, I mean, Big Ten was like they were like the huge holdout for it, if I remember right. Because it was they had 11 teams, and they didn't, for the longest time, they didn't want to do a championship game. They just straight off the record.
Yeah, and
Um,
the Big 12 did that too for a long time, right?
yeah,
Oh,
I
hey,
mean,
just really quick, let me interrupt. Australia
okay.
is threatening. They've got guys in the box. Ball is in there. The United States is scrambling to clear, and Australia retains the ball. So 76 minutes in, there are 14 plus probably another 10 minutes, probably 25 minutes left in the game. And Australia is finally getting desperate. That's about where we're at right now. All right. Just really quick, Mark Slowly Grail. Again, I'm doing this off the top of my head, so if I got it wrong, it's not on purpose. Mark Slowly Grail says it keeps the championship game 16 teams. Okay, keep going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see his comment. So 16 team plans still have conference championship games. Sorry, I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. I can't do it.
Oh, no, it's difficult, right? It's not the easiest thing to do in the world. Believe me, I promise you, it's not easy to do what I'm doing here. It takes a lot of work, and I'm generally lazy, so that puts me in a different weird position.
Oh, yeah. I did listen last night. Last comment, and then I'll be gone. I did listen last night when Moen called in. So apparently he's working on his fashion game for the season.
Yes,
So
I'm
it's gonna
glad
be
you called that
something.
out.
He's gonna have a big surprise.
He does. He didn't tell me what it was, but he previewed. He's got something for you tonight on Big Freaking Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the College Football Mafia channel. Yeah, for sure.
Well, if he comes out dressed as like Gold Dust from WWE, I tell you what, that would be something.
That's funny. All right,
man. Well,
we good?
Go USA. Let's go.
Go USA. Go USA. We'll see you later, Stanok. Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye.
All right. Mark's Holy Grail says I'm confused, and I'm sure I probably am. I can't remember. I've seen all the different formats. Yeah, we'll have to see. I think the playoff gets expanded by December 1st. I think it goes to 24. Whether we keep conference championship games or not is not. That's a side. I got going down a rabbit hole there. That's not my point at all. My point is more teams want to compete for the national championship. 24 is bigger than 16 and certainly bigger than 14. And I think the more you open up that window for more schools, the more investment you're going to get, the more money people pump in, the bigger the draw. Another one, and again, United States, Australia's just wild. They're not putting anything on the goal at all. The wider the window, more people to participate, the more America pays attention, the less chance that anything of a silo or a breakaway or any of that other stuff that I just don't believe in. P2 breakaway, whatever you want to call it, or the realignment before Congress shuts the door. I don't believe in any of that. We'll talk about that more tonight on the show, Big Freaking Friday, right here on the College Football Mafia channel. We have somebody calling.
Call from
Jeremy?
Do I have that Jamini? Is that right?
No, Jeremy with a J.
Jamini.
No, Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Jeremy. How you doing?
Sorry about that. But
That's okay.
hey, I'm watching the game. U.S. lads looking pretty good.
They do.
They're turning up the pitch, man. They're doing great. I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect it. This year, no. But no, they're doing great. It's a good job. Scott, man, impressed. I have to say.
Right.
I can't lie.
Well, what are you most impressed with?
Honestly, it's they're dominating. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
They are.
They're
Yes.
defensively. I mean, they're going to finish.
They are.
Australia is not going to score this game, so they're going to go 2 games shutout. Man, it's you don't see it out in FIFA. It's especially from America. It's not the America I've seen the past couple of years. You know.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I have been a jaded U.S. soccer fan since 2022. The last 6 years U.S. soccer has not been great.
Shit. Okay, I got the call. I got to take this. My friend.
Go ahead. Call me back, Jeremy. Sorry, Jeremy had to go. Thank you for calling, Jeremy. I appreciate it. You sound like you might be a new viewer. I appreciate you being here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel on YouTube, College Football Mafia, and then do what you can to follow me. Follow me on Twitter. Let me put my thing up there. I haven't had that up the whole show. I probably should have. Been shorting myself. Follow me on Twitter at @bomber_ College Football Mafia, but that E is a 3. Also, the College Football Mafia, the CFB Mafia on Twitter. Follow us. This is a sidelight. I'm just doing this for the World Cup, USA. But this is fun stuff. So if I got a bunch of new people watching, I'm so super happy. Super happy you're here. Something just happened. Okay. Okay, everybody put your hands up if you can hear me. If you're watching me live, put your hand up. Leave a comment. Hi, Alana, Ted. Hi. Something just happened. I don't know what happened. My viewers just dropped, and you guys won't see this. Hey, Stormy. What's up, brother? Good to have you here. It's always great to see you. I don't know what happened. I just lost almost 100 viewers like that. And I might not be the most entertaining guy in the world, but that's never happened. So We would have to do a head count. Everybody put your hand up and leave a comment and tell me if you can hear me, because I'm curious who's still watching. Jeremy calls in. Everything was okay. And then Jeremy disconnects and I lose everybody. So, Buckshot Kid, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I don't know. It's a conspiracy theory. Anybody knows anything about X or YouTube? Is it possible Jeremy calls in and he screws up I can hear you too, Mark. No, what I'm saying is 13 people are watching? Is that right? I went from 100 to 13 right after Jeremy called in and then hung up. I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask Moen. That might not have been the greatest thing. I don't know what just happened, but it's great to see new people are in the house. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being here today. I will see everybody tonight for certain. It's still 2-0. There are roughly, I'm going to guess, 15 minutes left in this game. It's right now 2-0. United States is beating Australia, and really they're whooping on them. Somebody else call me back. I don't care. Stormy, you just got here. Give me a call, would you? I'm curious if you called and and there it went up again. So I just again went from 17 back to 100. That is really weird. Put your hand up if you're watching on X. 5 minutes ago and it disappeared and then it come back. That must have just been a YouTube glitch. I'm sorry, I was taken aback, you guys. I apologize. Yeah, that really freaked me out.
Call from
Stormy Cyclone.
Stormy Cyclone, what is going on? It's so good to see you in the house.
Well, I just came in and it started raining outside, and I was spraying earlier, and I started working in the shop, and I didn't like what I was doing, so I thought I'm just going to take a break. And next thing I know, you got a soccer show on, and I thought, what is going on? It can't be the same Mafia. And I seen you, like, it's the same Mafia. So
I think we're the only ones still, so far, at least for right now. We're the only ones out
I
there.
gotta apologize to you because I really don't watch soccer. I really don't.
Oh, don't apologize for no. That's
I
absolutely not a
just
big
tuned
deal.
in because you were on there. I guess I got to make you feel good, right?
Hey, I actually care about that more than anything else. If you come to watch me, I could care less what the other stuff is.
I had just been this bill deal. Did you listen to that yesterday? The House.
I just saw the
meeting?
highlights like everybody else. I just saw that, and then the quotes.
I listened to it live, and and I tell you, I don't even know where. I liked what I was hearing, and then I switched to rock. I see he had on, and he was good about it. And then I listened to Greg, and I tell you, I lost a lot of respect for Greg yesterday. I really did. You know what I mean? I hate to say that. Yeah, just his comments, and the Big Ten, what they're up to. You know what I mean? SEC. You know what I mean? It's just.
I do.
I mean, I like Greg, but boy, he just about to the point where I had to switch back to rock, you know what I mean? Just to get an honest opinion on this thing, you know what I mean? And I don't know. It just turned me the wrong way. It could be just me, you know what I mean? But that's all I got to say. I don't even want to get into it. It just, if it's just such a one-sided view of it, that like, really, let's go up to 10,000 feet and take a look at what's going on here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason they don't. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I let you. You go ahead and finish what you're going to say. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, there's a reason that gal put the deal with the Big Ten and the SEC not basically able to expand. Now the Big 12, they lowered it down to 700 million. So the Big 12 and ACC are in that now. And so now that these ACC teams, you got, or not ACC, but these G6 teams like South Florida, Memphis, Boise, it really kind of puts a damper on their spirit. So I don't know really what's the right answer to this, but anybody that's telling me that Greg Sankey or the Big Ten and SEC are not getting along and all this, like that's a bunch of hogwash. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
I know better.
I agree.
I've been around this a long time. You know what I mean?
I completely agree with you.
That is about as far from the truth as you can get. That's trying to throw you off the scent, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just so you know, I'm validating your feelings. To Town Hawk, I don't know if you caught him earlier. He talked a little bit, not necessarily about Greg, but there is definitely a polarization that's happening between, and it's not even the SEC. Greg Sankey is what Greg Sankey is. It's about the Big Ten, and put ourselves in Greg's shoes. That's where I try to get to. Greg and I disagree all the time. I think I upset him a little bit today, and he said I'm no longer for the college football playoff expansion to 24 teams. I'm not saying he did that because of me, but I know he was frustrated with our conversation back and forth. But I felt like I was trying to hear, and I'm not getting a lot of they're hearing me. And I don't know if that's how you felt or not, but that's how I felt.
Talking on deaf ears, you mean? Is that the way to put it?
I'm saying everybody has the right to defend what they already have. Greg is a member of the Big Ten, and his school is Minnesota. He has every right to be, territorial. And I am not knocking any of that, or Moen at Ohio State, or Illini Ted. Anybody who has what they have, I don't want to take from anybody else.
No, well, let me put it this way. I don't know if you heard what Cruz said about the fact that Texas and Texas A&M have a chance to win
last night. Yeah,
several championships and that, but he's concerned that that might be the only teams in Texas. And Texas Tech's probably listening to this like, what the heck is going on? You know what I mean? But
right.
I mean, you take out SMU, Texas Tech, and all these schools, Houston, whatever, and like, you know what? He isn't too far from the truth. You're getting to that point where it just, you know what I mean? The squeezing is just getting beyond, and I guess if they're going to do this bill, they got to do it. And, they got to get them what they asked for antitrust, and that's what you get. You get the government involved, you get that antitrust, and now they don't like what else is going along with it. That's part of what you get. You know what I mean? I just don't understand. I guess I got a bigger picture of all this, and and I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here, but this is far from getting passed. I don't care what anybody says. You got a lot more people in the House of Representatives than you do in the Senate. You know what I mean? Or you know what I'm saying? So I just don't know if this is. I don't know if we'll get off the floor. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think it's going to pass one, and I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I just had a few things in my mind there that, and you wanted me to call in, I guess, if your phone was working.
I did. No, I absolutely wanted to hear from you. And I just want to, since you're on the phone and I was typing this message, I'm going to read it out loud in the comments in case you're just watching this and you can't see. Illini Ted says, by the way, Greg is just being human, and we have to give everybody grace. I give Greg all kinds of grace. It's just when you're in a bad spot, and I'm definitely emotional, and when I get in a bad spot, sometimes my reactions aren't the greatest. But Illini Ted says Greg is emotional. He's from a school like me that benefits greatly from a 2014 playoff. Illini Ted said that. And then I'm just letting Illini Ted know that today Greg came out against the 2014 playoff. And the reason is it has really nothing to do with the qualifying for the playoff. It's that any school that isn't in the SEC or the Big Ten, if they got access to a wider playoff, it gives a disproportionate benefit to the Big 12 or the ACC than it gives extra access for the Big Ten. And I'm probably not explaining that 100% correctly,
I
but
kind of
at the end of the
understand
day,
that. Like,
he came out against that today. That's all I was trying to get across.
oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I probably won't be listening to him for a while here until he gets. I don't know. I just.
Okay. Well,
It really kind of turned me off yesterday. I don't know. I listened to him pretty. You know what I mean? Even though I'm working, I listen to him whether I'm spraying or what.
sure.
And
You bet.
and that yesterday was just like over the top to me. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. So, you know what
I
I mean?
appreciate it. Yeah,
You
no,
know.
just yeah, keep doing good things, Stormy. I appreciate you calling in. Thanks for being here today. This is the first time I've done one of these watch longs for soccer. So thanks for coming on, even though you're not generally a soccer fan. I'll be doing this as long as the USA is still in the as long as the USA is still in the World Cup, I'm going to keep doing these live shows.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you make a terrific effort, and there's no doubt about it.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate that call-ins. I kind of, I know it's your thing, kind of, but I kind of wish they'd do it on Friday nights. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, we run out of time. Friday nights are so full. We could go 5 hours on a Friday. Yeah, I wish I would love to do calls. You know that. That's my favorite part of all of this is to talk to you guys. So
you just put on a marathon about a week ago or whatever. I'm sure with all the people.
I did, yeah. Yeah. Well, as long as there's going to be headlines and there's news about college, I'll be on the air.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, I hope to listen in tonight and
good. Excellent. Yes. Let's see you tonight.
All right.
Appreciate you. Thank you, Stormy. I appreciate you calling in. He is Stormy Cyclone, OG member of the College Football Mafia family, and I just got to give him a clap. Thank you so much for giving me some of your time today, Stormy. I really appreciate it. Let me get to a couple comments here. Illini Ted, and I love this because it puts context. And Illini Ted's a member of the Big Ten, and I want to get this out. I saw his post. I know he takes shots probably like you were having a national platform. For having a national platform, it probably has gotten to him some of the negativity. And I get it. Doing this, I'm not in this chair as often as Greg is, but I know what it is like to be in social media and to have people not reflect what you're saying and not recognize the value that you bring to conversations. That's the one thing I do try to do. Even though I might disagree with you, I try to validate what your ideas are in your head so that you know that even though I disagree, I give you you have just as much right to your opinion as I have to mine. So, and I think Greg's there. It's just this Protect College Sports Act is it's a bludgeon attack. Open attack against the Big Ten and the SEC. I can totally see why some people would be defensive. So thank you, Illini Ted, for adding context to that, though, too. Mama Duck, Clemson Tigers. Now, this is a newer member of the College Football Mafia viewer public. Thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate it, Mama Duck, Clemson Tigers. By the way, one of the greatest names in social media as far as I'm concerned. I love it. Go Black 45 is another. We are going to win this game, everybody. United States 2, Australia nothing. We are officially out of injury time. The game is going to be over here. The United States won, and it is final. I'm going to just change this, and I'm going to read your comment really quick in just a second, Mama Duck. I just want to get this out here so everybody can hear. I'm actually tracking the game live, even if I'm not. Final. United States 2. Australia 0. Okay, Mama Duck, Clemson Tigers. If y'all are talking about Greg the Gold, I like him a lot. He's very passionate about what he believes in, and I agree with him most of the time. I love Greg too. He's been a mentor for me. He's a friend of mine. We do butt heads at times. And it's not something I enjoy, but like I said, he's right to him, and I feel like I'm right to me, and we try to meet somewhere in the middle. Mama Duck Clemson Tigers is a newer viewer, and I really appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for catching me, certainly at the end of this live show. But yes, I'm as passionate as Greg is. I like to think you can ask around, but I'm just as passionate, I think. So USA is going to go into the round of 16. The only question is, do they go? Do they go and win a game or two in the knockout rounds? Let's go. USA, USA, USA. I'm going to ring the bell. If I can pick it up, I'm going to ring my bell. Let's go. Here we go. USA wins. USA wins. USA wins against Australia. And that is it. I'm not sure there's anything you guys want to talk to me anymore about. If you want to call in right this second, 801-899-6203, 801-899-6203. I will talk to you. Otherwise, I'm going to shut the phone lines off in 30 seconds, and then I'm going to check out of here. I'm going to tell everybody, if you're watching live right now, jump over on, if you're on X, jump over on YouTube, go to College Football Mafia, hit the subscribe button, consider becoming a member, ask the members in the comment sections how valuable their membership is. We pay you back with membership benefits, almost more than I've seen on anybody else's shows. We tailor our shows to you, and we're trying to build up our subscriber base. So if you're on X, do us a favor, swap over. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up. Let us know how we did, comments, suggestions. Tell me how bad I did. I'm open for all of those things. First time I've done one of these shows like this, and I think it was pretty successful. So I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. I will see everybody in 3 hours, in 2 hours and 53 seconds. Big freaking Friday, right here, same place, 8 p.m. Eastern time, and we will be talking college football. Let's just talk college football to end a very good week. Everybody have a great few hours. Last thing I leave now, every one of my shows, if you hear from somebody you haven't talked to in a while, their name or face jumps into your mind, take that as a prompting. Give those people a call, send them a text, let them know how you're thinking about them. Because I promise you this, if there's nothing else you believe in this world, I promise you, if you do that, you reach out and keep in touch with people, you can save people's lives. Because depression is real. Social media kills people because they're not touching grass. And this is your opportunity to help them turn the lights on another day. And I hope everybody takes advantage of that. So stay out of trouble. I will see you in 3 hours. Everybody, peace out. Go USA Soccer. Great win. And we will see you later. Go Cougs. Go USA. Go Seahawks. And peace out. We'll see ya.